Looks like it was Scout, Parasite, Warbeast, and Kraken coming out here.
Nothing super outstanding.
Nope. Warbeast banned by denial. Obviously, I mean, they ran it themselves last game. I'm sorry, it was actually banned. Wait, no, yeah, it was banned by denial. The Excellent was ran to that, so okay, I got confused for a second. So
I
denial,
guess
yeah, their reaction.
don't have a comfortable player
Yeah.
playing it. But it's not too bad. They get a first pick on Hag, and who doesn't like that hero?
Yeah. Remember last game? Well, actually, speaking of Hag, Fantasy, great stats guy, rider for Honcast and everything. Just a great guy overall. He actually brought up a stat in chat. I saw him mentioning it. Apparently, Reggie Hag had a 67% win percentage in Sound Blaster Heroes League, the highest of any hero. So, he does pretty well.
Yep.
Pretty well.
It's a great hero.
It's a popular one.
Oh, definitely.
Grimoire Power really pushed him up, too.
Oh, yeah.
That was like a, here you go. Now this hero's really, really strong, kind of. Do you think he needs nerfs? I mean, Hack hasn't been touched in a while, it seems like, in terms of buffs or changes in general.
You mean Hag or Grimoire?
Well, is that how you would nerf Hag? I mean, do you think Grimoire needs a nerf then?
Maybe like a little tweak.
Yeah.
Like just a little bit. Like it did last patch. It was like 100 gold on a recipe and like 5 dot damage.
Yeah.
Do it one more time.
Gotcha. We'll see.
I don't think it's like super overpowered best hero in the game cannot win against it.
No, he's not.
No, that's not how it is. But it was like the same when Hellflower had the damage amplifier. Everyone was like, "Oh, first item Hellflower."
Yeah.
Then they took that away. Then Hag wasn't that popular. Now Lightbrand Grimoire came out, and now Hag's like top tier again.
Jumped right back up. Look at how this developed here. So they first picked the Hag web. What a follow-up. Keeper into Ophelia here coming out for denial. So that's a damn strong lineup, man. A lot of team fight, a lot of push. The lane's definitely could be set up pretty nicely. So you see Tempest, Engineer, Master of Arms, however, coming out from Team Excellent. Again, that's also a great setup themselves. You think either team did better here initially, though?
I like Legions more so far, but we'll see how it shapes up. It's just like Keeper third pick. Usually he's like 1 or 2, but we had the same discussion yesterday how Keeper went to like the second stage or some stuff like that. But yeah, both teams can't really complain about their picks at all.
Yeah. Ravener to follow, so they probably just need their support now to finish things off, and then I'll be good to go. So shouldn't be too difficult to get. I know Glacius tends to be a good support option for Ravener, especially if you can't get Engineer. Torture and Pyromancer are always solid. Aluna there too. So and then 4 is also a decent option. So we'll see what they want to go with here. But now back to Team Excellent again with the Tempest Engie Master. You figure with this setup, it seems like Master you're gonna have Engineer your main support. Now Master probably
Yeah, it's probably gonna be their dual lane mid.
Yeah.
Gonna look for an off lane and short lane.
Off lane potential. I mean, I'm looking at the board here.
There's
always fair.
I don't know because it's fine playing it. I don't know. Could be Mag. It could be short lane too though, because most potentially Legion has a suicide keeper.
Yeah.
And Mag was really strong short lane against off lane melees due to the volcanic touch.
Yeah.
But could also be in the suicide. We'll have to see for the last pick. They're currently right-clicking Soul Reaper, which he will be good against Keeper, but he doesn't synergize with the team at all.
Yeah.
So I doubt they're picking that one.
Yeah, that is more of a we're going to push you guys kind of hero, and you don't feel like that's what you want to be doing here against Denial Esports. So that is going to be interesting to see what they finish off with as a result. But Denial, again, on them, probably going to be that support option here. Is there one that's obvious for you, or is it just really any of those go-to supports is pretty...
I mean, there's Empath.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
How about that? They
it
first
worked
picked
out
Empath last game.
Yeah, it worked out last game just fine. Like, they got Bloodlust, they won the lane. It worked out perfect, but... I don't know, I just feel like if you have the Keeper and Hag, I would have liked them to pick more AoE than a Ravenor. So maybe they can pick like a more AoE-ish support now, like a Tord or a Glacius, but... Okay, they go with Empath again.
Yeah. You know, the downside of Empath for me is that, one, it's not as good of a Tempest stopper. compared to other support options. And then on top of that, he's not really the best pushing assisting hero either. But at the same time, he's still a good option, as you said. The laning phase went well, so I'm sure that'd be just fine. Zephyr, the final pick. So it is going to be Suicide Magnus. Zephyr, short lane you would expect. I don't really see it any other way, so.
No, for sure. He's going to do really well against Keeper.
Yeah.
Clones and they touch the creeps. Oh, damn. You take a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I actually like that because they are going to run a Suicide Magnus. I hope they are.
Yeah.
It's really good. People just kind of stop doing that, though, because there's, like, other options for... But if you can pull off a Magnus Suicide without dying, just a really strong overall hero that we don't see as much anymore, because he's not the best dual laner mid. Like, he's not bad at all, but there's just, you have your Ravener with a stun and another nuke, and then your Pebbles who has a stun and another nuke instead of just having a stun.
Yeah.
So, I really like that pick, actually.
Yeah, it's, the thing with the Zephyr, again, it kind of goes back to that Soul Reaper idea, though. Usually with the Zephyr, you're more about, we want to group up, teamfight, and push you. But it doesn't seem... I mean, they do have great teamfight. I mean, actually, the more I'm looking at it, it's actually pretty damn good teamfight. So, I guess that does actually synergize pretty damn well. I guess where I'm just concerned is the lack of counter push, with the hero from on this Hellborn side as a whole, really. I mean, I guess the more I think about that, though, not really. So I don't know what I'm
they're fine. Yeah. They have a good counter push. As soon as they have the blink on the Magnus, they'll have good teamfight too. And they have tankiness on the Zephyr. But I just feel like as the game is gonna drag out, if Hag gets a decent start and they get some towers rolling, I feel like Leech is gonna have the advantage. But we're gonna have to see who snowballs harder. Like, is Hellborn gonna be able to snowball hard with Zephyr taking every tower and winning the teamfights, or is it gonna be Legion taking over the map and pushing onto Hellborn instead?
Name of the game. All right, so we'll see what does happen here. Obviously, again, in the pause to start things off, though. So, here, game number 2. Team Excellent trying to wrap up the series here, move on to the next round. Where dnL Esports trying to stay alive. The winner of this is actually set to play IG next round.
That's another big match.
Yeah,
Are you gonna look to cast that one?
I don't know. I mean, you look at the brackets, the potential matchups. You got that one. You got the new Recent Gaming, aka Justice League, going up against the Lions, possibly. That's another one.
That's some good matches coming up.
TMSR, you guys versus the Law, very possibly. Another solid one
there.
And then Stay Green versus either Master Machachos or You Left a Party. It'd be one of those, the next matchup there. So probably not that one, but yeah, there's a couple of good matchups, as there usually is, especially in the round of 8. So we'll see what we come to cover. Well, we do have some more downtime as well. I know Beef actually announced this in the forums and whatnot. He's also been bringing it up every now and then. He's actually going to be doing his 25-hour charity stream tomorrow. It starts at 7 a.m. Pacific. That's 10 a.m. Eastern. And that would lead into, I want to say, so that's 1600 Central European time. I was going to pull up the post, but I can get that on later on. But anyways, he's doing that tomorrow. It's basically just a charity stream that he's doing. And he's going to be streaming for 25 hours, actually. Starting tomorrow, he's going to be a mix of casting some HoN, as well as just playing HoN and playing some other games as well. And I'm actually planning to join him as well for a part of it. There'll be plenty of giveaways and everything. It's just going to be a lot of fun and all in the name of charity on his stream over there. So I'll link you guys to the forum post. I'm sure somebody will in chat it with that said, as well as show you guys later on. But back to this game here. We got game number 2. Now commencing. So the laning situation here for really both sides. Not expected to be too crazy when it comes down to it. Book actually picking up a Crushing Claw first.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
That's
also, they're giving him wards, but he's really late, and he has one side of region. For both suicides, I have to say I absolutely hate their items. I hate Keeper's items, and I hate Magnus's items.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily Magnus's fault because they didn't pull him any region, but you can never afford to buy a shield, a hatchet, and one set of trees. He's sitting on 400 HP, and he has 3 Blightstones. If Hag haunts him once and attacks him like 5 times, he's out of lane.
Yeah.
He like if he doesn't get pulled regen, then just buy a shield and tons of regen. Sure, he's gonna right click you, but who cares? You have like a health potion, 6 trees, and all that stuff, and then Keeper has. I mean, he's okay with 6 trees, but a crushing claw, I don't know about that one. And then with the wards, he's kind of late right now. He's gonna miss a few creeps if he decides to ward. If he decides to use both his wards, which he should, because they gave it to him. But hey, looks like he's gonna keep the last one.
Yeah, he's gonna keep the last one for now. So he blocks a couple of camps right there. So not the biggest deal in the world though for Tempest. He gets his items and he's gonna start farming over here. So yeah, Keeper a little bit late to, again, the crushing claws. It kind of makes you wonder too. Again, this is another case of Book. He's not usually your suicide keeper by any means. This is not the role he usually plays. So a little bit different here. And maybe that has something to do with it. But in the end, we'll keep an eye on the matchup there. So you do expect, even with the more normal build, you could say, you expect Zephyr to still have the better time.
Yeah, in the start it could be in Keeper's favor, but as soon as it's like the level 3, 4, 5 mark, Zephyr is just gonna punish him out of lane.
Yeah.
He can't walk after him anymore. And then bottom, Hag should crush this Magnus. He's sitting on half HP with 2 trees left. And so yeah, he's gonna either have to use the courier right now for some regen, and yeah, I love what Flensmeister's doing here. He's trading harass because he has way more regen than the Magnus. So really smart for him. And also another tip for any Suicide players that play Magnus, when you play against a Hag and they level HoN, which Flensmeister is doing in this case, get a level of Steam Bath. When the HoN is flying out and you Steam Bath for just 0.1 seconds, the whole HoN isn't even gonna go on your hero.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be useless, which means he's just gonna waste skill points.
Yeah, I mean, it's all I was actually gonna ask you that. So you would say at level 2, he probably should have gone Steam Bath here.
Maybe even level 1.
Level 1.
Like if Hag runs up to him level 1, just keep the skill point and go Steam Bath if he does it. Otherwise, just get it level 2.
It's level 3 here. He's still going the Lava Surge of course, but we'll see at level 4 at least if he maybe gets Steam Bath. But
really should.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's level 2 HoN. It's a big deal.
So we'll see. And again, it's not like the Volcanic Touch is doing much for him right here. He's not really taking advantage of it. In fact, he goes right there, misses that creep kill, and that took a lot of harass damage in the process. So that really hurts. And actually, Guifix is in trouble. This could be a bloodlust kill. He has a stun. He will be fine to the end. But Flensmeister, you said earlier, you like to see that. He's playing very smart here. He knows the matchup. He knows.
And that's what advantage. I mean. He's running back to base.
Yeah.
He is crushed in this lane. He might as well roam soon.
Well, how's the top lane going now compared to that one especially? You got a 15-2 Keeper. You got a 14-0 Zephyr. So actually Keeper really has been able to hold his ground for the most part here at this top lane.
About that, his laning presence, he's helping himself by getting a level in his E as mid lane. Nah, he's just fine. They're putting some harass on him. But he got a level in his passive, which means he won't be able to push as fast with Ophelia. And on top of that, he's going for a punch dagger, which means he won't have a mana ring anytime soon.
Yeah.
He's gonna go for the phase boots, which is only gonna help him in the laning phase. Which, now it depends how his team wants to play it. If they wanna push early, then he's building totally wrong.
Yeah.
He's maxing armor, which means he won't have a lot of minions, and his armor, his mana ring is gonna be so far away.
Oh, middle lane, we have initiation. Master of Arms in trouble. That's an easy kill right there. Obviously, having Ophelia on top of Empath Ravener really does the job in. So, Master of Arms goes down. Probusk again, just like last game. The setup got the Bloodlust kill, though, so we all know what happened in the end, but a great start for dnL nonetheless. As that matchup, by the way, how's it been going? You got a 15-3 Ravener. Master of Arms, he's 15-2, so he's been holding in there. They've been pretty back and forth, really, but obviously that Bloodlust kill making a pretty big difference. A good assistance from Zlapt right there.
Yeah, good rotation. They kind of needed that. They need to get a little head start here. And mid lane, it's too ranged. If you get one setup stun in there, you're just going to get a free kill. Especially with an empath. One good wall also sets it up really easily. So just good rotation, good bloodlust kill. And just like last game, they also had the bloodlust kill there. Let's see if they can actually work with it this game.
You do see here, Guifix does have he just picked up boots, and he did go the 1 point into Steam Bath at least. So, he's not dying. He's 17-0 creep farm, so he's actually managed really not that bad. Now, in the meantime, he's going to be locked down by Skeleton King, but we'll just walk away, not even stunning out right there. He is going to be fine. So that gank attempt now really coming through, and actually he's slapped. I thought he might have just gone for a push right there. Not going to happen, though. Going to go back into the lane and continue to farm. So Guifix just continuing to play passive here. And Wretched Hag will focus on that farm. Got the bottle build himself, and he's around 270 gold per minute. So it's kind of a mix. I mean, even though this
to be fair, I'm a little surprised Magnus is doing as well as he is.
Yeah.
I don't like that he went bottle into an Amulet of Exile. I feel like if Hag went for boots, straight up boots, it's not like he needed a lot of mana or anything. He could just right click him out of the lane, but
oh well. Lane, Ravagers in some trouble. The jungle of Tempest, he comes in, he's like, your jungle can assist, so can I. That's going to be a kill on Ravener. Empath doing a bit right there to try to save him, but obviously not going to happen in the end. It also looked like Tempest being played by Bassets here. He actually tried to get position for maybe an ultimate, but it wasn't going to happen. So they got the guaranteed kill, though, on a Ravener, and that's what matters for them in the end. So good response coming out there by Excellent. And Ravener's farm, it's still solid, 320 gold per minute, but obviously that'll slow him down. And in fact, Tempest now actually jumps up to the top of the charts with his farm. So, and then there's Zephyr. Zephyr, the Ghost Marcher's already finished. He's actually going to finish off this Ballista right here, and he just continues to have a great time with his top lane. So right now, the game seems to be actually pretty good for Team X, but it's a very even game, honestly, if anything, at this point.
But yeah, okay, Keeper's going back to the top lane, but even though he went like to enhance his laning with the passive and the Ghost Marchers, he's still going to have a really hard time. As in mid, they're trying to tower dive here right now.
They're trying to. The Catman gonna cancel his nuke right there. They're going for Master of Arms instead, and that will be enough. However, the Tempest ultimate is gonna come out right here. Catches Ravener and Empath. No Skeleton King net though. It's just used. Doesn't matter. The lockdown not enough. Ophelia ends up falling, however, and actually Tempest is still alive. Ravener look for the ball lightning chance. He has one up right here. Can he actually land it? Is the question. Engineer blocking if anything. No, the nice side set cut over Bassets. Will it matter? It will not. The Storm Blade is too powerful, but it might set up a counter kill on a Probusc, and no, it's not. So good juke, but in the end, not enough to survive, so a 2-for-1 exchange coming out right there in favor of dnL Esports. Getting both Master and Tempest taken out for the sacrifice of Ophelia. Not a bad exchange.
Yeah, good initial, good rotation yet again. The hole just came out a little too late.
Yeah.
Whoever was there had died just right before he used it, so a little bit of a miscue there, but it happens.
It does. Happens to the best, though. Except me. Keeper of the Force, he's level 7 up here. He is, looked like he might have been trying for something, but actually he's going to go just do some backdooring here on the next creep wave. Go farm that, because in the meantime, you got Zephyr and Tempest. They're looking to push this top lane. So kind of a solid decision here, actually. I mean,
it's a really good decision.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That's a big kill.
That is huge. I don't know how it happened, but, well, you see Engineer porting in and assisting with this energy field, so that's Flensmaster must have been diving right there, and that backfired.
That definitely backfired pretty hard.
Ultimates
yeah, that's used. A pretty damn big kill. Because that's the one hero they really want to early farm on, as in they barely picked up fine. He got a lucky haste room, but it wasn't enough.
Ends up falling. So they got the top tower at least. I mean, Zephyr's farm again continues to be very impressive now, 400 plus gold per minute, as he actually has a Helm of the Black Legion now. So that is still working for them, and then the bottom lane, obviously, the Golden Wretched Hag. So obviously, a lot of good things happening there. But here comes the mid push now from dnL Esports. So this is where this line up. I mean, it seems like the idea is that it's going to come together. But that goes back to the Keeper build. You were talking about that. This isn't the most optimal build for this situation. Both in items and towns. Oh, like Rude actually catches Zephyr right here. Zephyr going to put down the Typhoon. Going to eat the Cyclones. Will he in time? No, he couldn't even get it off, it looked like. He ends up falling. Engineer in the meantime, he comes in with a wall to cut him off. Magnus doesn't have an eruption, though. The Goose down, but the Hellborn team, they're the ones that need to run right here. So dnL Esports definitely coming out big time on top of that fight right there.
Yeah, but just some good heals and good spells. They just bursted Zephyr like he was butter. Didn't really matter. Oh.
Wow, Magnus actually comes in, but that's going to come at a cost. He takes out Keeper right there, but obviously they respond and they got the tower.
Yeah, that's definitely the better trade here for dnL.
Oh, yeah.
Zephyr just got caught a little off guard with that ward being placed by support there, which was placed about a minute ago. So just a little bit before they called Zephyr, the ward must have been put down. And that just really started the whole mid-fight there. They got a pick on Zephyr. Hellborn continued the fight even though the Tempest ulti was down. And it was just kind of a bad decision.
Yeah. So now you see Ravener actually picking up the Mighty Blade, so he's going to go first item Shrunken here, it looks like.
Yeah, I hope so. If that's an Ice Brand, I'm gonna throw myself away. I don't know. It's 5 magic heroes. Come on, my boy.
Oh, he's actually gonna dodge the kicks right there, but it gets gusted back into the energy field. He's trying to kite things around right here. He will use the ball lightning stun, takes the stun himself. He might need to use it right here. He will, the regen move, but no, he keeps getting cut off. He tried so hard to live right there, but it just seemed like they came in. But now this did buy a lot of distraction time. Can his team actually respond with this? Zephyr on top of Keeper the Forest Keeper does not have a root. Zephyr, though, no Typhon. He gets locked down. Zephyr's in trouble. Zephyr, the Demon, the Master's called. The Tempest Ultimate not going to be enough. Zephyr will fall. Goo comes down. Can they follow up for some kills? LA's Empath in trouble. That Bat Blast hits all 3 of her. Keeper is chasing. Has a root at 6. Beautiful wall off from Empath. They couldn't go through. Engineer goes down. Master of Arms in trouble. This is going to be a near genocide coming out right here as Master falls as well. Magma's pushing the bottom lane while that was happening, but that just all fell apart for xCet. But that goes back to, I mean, Ravener survived for a long time, man. Bought time for his teammates.
He did survive hella long there, yeah, that's true. But that was just good teamwork from dnL. He made a lot of time, they came in, they got their spells off really well. A Bat Blast connected to about 3 of them. Then they got the Haunt off to slow the Zephyr. Excellent, they did turn around obviously to help the carry, but it just turned out to be a really bad decision there to do that.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they didn't have, like, their best stunner was in the bottom lane. He didn't really have a way to get there that fast since the tier 1 tower is down in the mid lane. So, like, it's not his fault. He got the best out of the situation, I would say, by pushing the bottom lane. It should have been his team to back off after they had gotten the first kill.
Yeah.
Instead of running into the, like, observatory.
Well, I mean, you have right here now, Zephyr, it's the start that he had was very, very good here for Team xCet, but obviously you see where it's at right now. It's still great, but it definitely has dropped off. He was over that 400 gold per minute mark for a while. He actually is going to buy Mystic Vestments here and have them delivered.
Thank God, I was just about to say, the lack of Mystic Vestments is kind of disturbing here in this game.
Yeah, that's...
Yes. 3 so far. Keeper just picked his one up, and Zephyr just picked his up. So before this fight, there was 1 Vestment in the whole game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Hellborn team especially, though, the one being on Zephyr, which is great, but yeah, supporting cast, none of them just yet, so...
And, like, both teams are, like, 90% magic at this point.
It's a lot, yeah.
So you really need to have Vestments.
Yeah. It's kind of a good investment, you can say.
Hey!
Oh, boy. Okay, Life Brand just picked up by Wretched Hag, so Flensmeister, we don't know what that can do. And he's not even top farm. Again, that goes back to Probusk here, as I think he's just the pattern away now from the Shrunken Head pickup. So, actually going to be, and that will prove to be a very valuable pickup for him, I'm sure. You know, going against a Zephyr, though, is always a little scary. It's not necessarily that Moon Queen effect by any means, but, you know, you give him a little bit of time, he can start recovering and farm quite a bit, and he can get pretty damn beefy. You need to push the issue if you're dnL Esports here. I mean, you got a strong pushing team. Should they really get that going here sooner?
I wouldn't say they necessarily have to, because I actually give them the edge in terms of late game. But sorry, somebody message just caught me off guard. I have to go D&D. But like, the only way Hellborn is gonna kill Hag in the late game is either a really beautiful initiation or a full casted Tempest Hole, which should happen because Legion has the Keeper of the Forest.
Yeah.
But they should just, like, dnL, there's no need for them to rush. It should be xCet that actually have to force the issue. But I feel like both teams are just fine with farming at this point. But whoever gets, like, a pick off here and there and then a tower, then that's when they should go for a push. I don't think any team necessarily has to group up as 5 at this point and just go for it.
Wretched Hag actually finding a friend in Tempest right here. Energy field does not catch him.
He is dead.
He is in trouble though. Tempest, yep, he is going to ult. I was going to say that. Especially with that, that should be a kill. Master of Arms coming over for assistance. That will be enough. If Master wasn't there, that would have been close actually, but it wasn't enough.
I don't know. I'm sorry, but what the hell is he doing there?
Oh, bottom lane? Yeah, Magnus. Oh, you mean Hag. But yeah, bottom lane. Actually, Magnus is going to pour it out. That was close. But yeah, Wretched Hag.
That was good by him, but he had no business being there whatsoever.
Yeah.
Not at all. There's not. They don't even have a ward there. All their wards are bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just a huge misplay by Flensmeister.
Well, especially when, you know, he just got the light brand. Obviously, that's, you know, you want to farm. That seems like it makes the most sense. And, yeah, what he's doing all the way up there, that's true. Positioning a little bit questionable. They are going to bottom push, but top lane, keeping the force in trouble. In comes the Typhoon, the locked in as well. The goo, well, not the best goo coming out right there. Rude's going to be using, misses the xCet as well. Book is still on. Bat Blast coming out. Master of Arms being turned on right here, but Zephyr doesn't care. He's going straight for Keeper. Keeper will fall when it's all said and done. Master of Arms does as well. Nope, never mind. He gets denied though, but down goes Engineer. In the meantime, Zephyr still wants more. Wretched Ag, she blinks away before she gets finished off. Ravener still chasing though, has Empath. The wall coming out. Beautiful wall again. He puts the meteor down to clean up the trees, if anything, but he realizes quickly he is not getting out of there. So Flensmeister picks up the double tap when it's all said and done right there. Kind of back and forth. I mean, the deny helped a little bit as on to fine, but I think the Legion team actually feeling pretty good after that, and now they're actually going to push the top lane up here.
Yeah, that was a really good trade for them. Once again, it's like the Bat Blasts are actually hitting from Flensmeister pretty well. In the mid-fight earlier where they got a few kills, it hit like 4 of them or 3 of them. Right now I think 2 or 3 again. I just feel like it's a little bit of a, like, not the best call to go for a Keeper. Especially when he has that Shaman's Headrest and Zephyr is all about the magic damage at this point. It just took them too long to actually try and kill him.
Yeah.
And then once again the supporting cast came in. And then just a beautiful wall from support to just completely cut off Bassett's there, and yeah, just I don't even know how many kills they got, 2 or 3, but definitely good for them. On top of that, they got a tower, some map control, and definitely pays back for what Flensmeister did earlier with the one little misplay here in the Hellborn jungle.
Yeah, you see 1700 gold. Yeah, he's Grimoire is coming along very quickly. How about Keeper's build, by the way? He actually went just straight into that ring of, or excuse me, the Shaman's Headrest actually. Doesn't go the ring of sorcery. I mean, a little bit different. No Astrolabe, so straight into the Shaman's Headrest. Probably going to be straight into Barrier Idol.
Yeah, he doesn't need that Astrolabe because Ophelia has it. Okay. But it's kind of interesting to see him not have a mana ring. But I guess that's why he has that power supply. On top of that, Ophelia has one, so it's not all that bad. Yeah. I can definitely see it work, and it's working out right now. And if he finishes that Barrier Idol, they can actually definitely, as you said earlier, like force the issue. They can definitely push. They have Astrolabe and Barrier Idol. On top of that, a heal from Ophelia, and just naturally a tanky hero in Ravenor.
Yeah.
So they can definitely push. And on top of that, I'm a little surprised that Basses hasn't picked up an Astrolabe yet. He's been sitting on 2k gold for quite some time. And it feels like that he might actually go for the Portal Key route. Which I really hope he doesn't.
Yeah.
I feel like that... Okay, thank God he went for Astrolabe.
That's picking up right there. Speaking of Portal Key, though, Ravener jumping on it. Tempest, in comes the Bat Blast. Tempest being dropped right over the map. Big eruption, though, coming up from Magnus. Trying to make some counter happen. Root was used right there. Ravener taking some good damage. He is still alive. In comes the Typhoon, though. Ravener is going to fall when it's all said and done. Zephyr now trying to finish out Keeper, but that Shaman's Headrest is mitigating quite a lot of damage, but not enough for Wretched Ag right there as she goes down. Ophelia, meanwhile, off to the side. Ophelia's now turning around. He has an Astrolabe. So wasn't able to use that fight. He did use his healing touch. Now trying to lock down Zephyr, actually. Skip the Forest comes back in. Going to block him a little bit, and actually Zephyr will be locked down. It looks like the Typhoons or the Cyclones being used, but not enough. Beautiful wall up again. Engineer goes down, and Master of Arms, the sole survivor. Keeping the Forces chasing. I don't think you're getting him, though. So Master of Arms will live. But how about that? I mean, with Ravener and Hag dying earlier on, they still managed to win that fight there.
That is all. Okay, the stats say Zephyr has 420 GPM. If you look at his items, it's probably like 250, simply because he has 4,000 gold in his freaking bank, not using it.
Crap.
If he has a... Okay, he didn't have money for a Shrunken, he had like 3.5k, but let's say he had a Souls, a Dress, a Mighty Blade, whatnot, that whole fight would have been so different. Instead of him having to run away from a solo Ophelia, he runs down the Ophelia, and then his teammate doesn't die, he doesn't die, all that stuff, and that's just... Stuff like that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
As he right-clicks a Shrunken at 19 minutes after they lose a fight. I'm sorry, but he just shouldn't be like that, but just good fight, and like all the heals are just so strong right now for the Legion team. Like Hellborn, they try to team fight him, but they just turn it around every single time. The Ophelia heal comes out, the Astrolabe, and then just the whole team fighting comes out, the Rude with the Bat Blast, and it's just too much for Hellborn to handle right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. I didn't even notice that until you. That's a great point out right there. I mean, Zephyr is pulling so much gold up this early on, but he does have to start ahead now at least. So I mean, that is the good thing here. But yeah, you got to really question that, not even having the components of it at least going into that previous fight. But what's done is done. A 9,000 goldie now, 7,600 in experience lead in favor of dnL Esports, of course. Again, they're trying to come back and force the third game, and things keep up like this, they could be feeling in a pretty good spot. Abyssal Skull is finished on Empath, so making the mention of that last game.
Pickup.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves to build the item early on, and that's just gonna he's probably gonna be in Ravenor. Not just is it a great team item, but while being in that hero actually has a okay, if Empath is just in here, it's already a bonus item with the attack speed and attack damage. But with an Abyssal, it's like 2 items. You give him lifesteal.
And lifesteal, yeah, exactly. That's the big thing.
So it's like.
Oh, speaking of Ravenor, though, he's going to be jump right here. Beautiful start for the Hamilton. Big jab is all of it. Empath can't do anything to stop it. Ravenor will fall. The eruption goes off. Down goes Keeper the Force. Empath is probably going to get picked off as well. What were they doing right by themselves? I mean, the wards are all there in favor of Team Excellent. And they just all got caught off guard somehow.
That's yet again, like I said last game, where Pew converted around Kong. That is 90% Pew's job right here. That's all on Pew. He put 2 revs down. He made sure they didn't see them.
Yeah.
And he has a rear ward. So they had complete vision while Legion didn't know a single thing.
Yeah.
So just really, really well done. Whoever called that, it might not have been him who said, okay, I counted this, let's go here. It was someone else's call, perhaps, as they're backing off
here. Well, they want to fight. I mean, buybacks were used. Yeah, Ravenor and Keeper the Force. I mean, they have their ultimates. So it's pretty solid buybacks, actually, and they even pick off Tempest in the process. So it's going to end up being a Conger kill now for dnL, actually. And you could definitely say that was a very, very smart use of the buybacks right there, of course. So at least they get something in the end. But
whoever made the call, team for the jump when they had no vision, good call. Whoever made the call for buybacking here on Legion, even better call. That was a great call.
Yeah.
They used all their spells and they still Kong. Oof, that's a big deal. Instead of being an even game, they're back to the lead they had just before that fight.
Pretty much. Yep. So it's like, yeah, well, we made a mistake, guys. Whatever. It doesn't matter much in the long run. Token of Life now and Ravenor. They're going to be pushing here. Obviously, the ultimates are down at this point for the Hellborn team. Even Typhoon still has 13 more seconds before that's going to be up. The Energy Field is ready, but Tempest ultimate, obviously, that's not coming up anytime soon. And dnL knows that. They're not going to force it, though. They're not going to go in. I mean, they have everything up themselves other than touch, but choosing not to. You think they really could have tried to force the issue there?
They, in my opinion, they should have used the barrier idol on the wave, chip down the tower a little bit, and then farm back instead of just running away. But
yeah,
it's alright. It's not the biggest deal in the world, really. But usually, if you have like a barrier idol and an astrolabe, you just want to go at it once, do it, fall back, and then later on you come back, and that's when you do it again. But as I said, not the biggest deal in the world.
The hell? Empath trying to go double Lex Talionis here. Unfortunately, that doesn't work.
Wait, what?
He has the level 3
he bought him one
as well.
Okay.
Yeah, he just bought an extra recipe on accident, I'm guessing. So, not the biggest deal in the world, really isn't. I mean, it's
wow,
only,
Ophelia is farmed as hell. He has a sheepstick and 100 gold.
Oh my god, he does. He got the Agilite stuff. Holy crap!
Yeah, he just bought it.
Wow.
I didn't even notice that until now.
That is pretty damn
he
good.
is hella farmed.
So as I was saying, it's only 275 for the recipe, and you get half of that back anyway. So yeah, not the worst thing in the world for Empath. But yeah, wow, Sheepstick gonna be on Slapped. I mean, 424 gold per minis, 5-1-9, obviously doing a great job here. And you know, last game there's a lot of talk about Bassets and getting off some big ultimates. I mean, he had one up here in this fight, of course. That was just them kind of getting caught up at the wards, though. But you really haven't seen too much else from Bassets this game just yet. We are still kind of earlier on, only 24 minutes in. Zephyr going the Firebrand, by the way. So I assume maybe even eventual Dawnbringer to come out from him, but or you could say Geometer's Bane. I mean, you are dealing with a keeper here.
Probably gonna be a Dawnbringer until he has that Resto Stone. He's nowhere close.
Okay.
So he doesn't really need to have that yet. He kind of needs a Dawnbringer for some bonus survivability. But yeah, later on, Geos could definitely be a choice here for him.
Yeah.
If it gets that far, obviously. But what... I don't know if Hellborn really want to push here. They're probably going to get this tower, but they shouldn't do more than this tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
What dnL should be doing at this point, they just get their core items. Hag gets his Shrunken at 200 gold. Ravnor can buy his right now. And then they just go with 5 and chip down the base towers and go for the racks and take that final fight.
Yeah. You know, speaking of Keeper Root and an item that's also decent against that is a Nullfire Blade, and Master of Arms is a solid candidate for that always. But he is going the Shrunken Head route here. You know,
he is actually really damn close as well. He's gonna get it from this top wave. Yeah, Fine is actually, sorry to interrupt, he's one of those quiet supports who keep, like, if he's MOA or Engineer, he will camp the rune while stacking. Like, let's say he's Legion support in the mid lane, he's gonna stack the Ancients and camp the top rune, or stack the easy camp and camp the bottom rune. Yeah. He's gonna maximize not only his farm, but for the whole team. And whenever he plays MOA, I just see him so damn farmed every time. It's the same when he plays Pyromancer. He's always 250 plus, no matter if he's winning or losing. He always has farm. He's really great at doing that.
Yeah, Pyro is a big one that really, you know, we find ourselves talking about that a lot. And yeah, Engineer as well. So yeah, great secondary support farming player in general. Knows how to get the job done there. So yeah, he has a Shrunken Head here at least going into this next fight. So that will be a good item for survivability purposes. Allow him to even assist with a little bit of DPS here in these fights, which is necessary, of course. Token of Life, how much longer on that? 230, and he has a double damage rune saved up on Ravener's Bottle. So that's that could prove to be pretty big here. We talked about the sheep stick on Ophelia. The ultimate Ophelia in this case has those big-ass, badass wings here. But going to be pushing in the Keeper minions. Barrier Idol, not going to be used just yet. Probably wait for the next wave, if anything, before they look to do that right here. Although they won't have the Keeper minions if that's the case. So probably the next one now. And then
yeah, let's see what they decide to do. They're just going to chip it down, it looks like.
Zephyr should have enough for a buyback after he dies. Obviously he does now.
Yeah, he definitely has it.
Yeah. So that's good news there too. Tempest, the same situation. He will, if in case he dies. Magnus will be pretty close. Has that portal key in the background. Zephyr Gust in on the Hag. They're trying to lock him down. Shrunken goes up. Kicks on hit, connects as well. Magnus comes in with the Ultra. Is it going to be enough damage? It is. Down goes Ratchet. Ravener in the background. Will it be enough for the Legion team? He is taking a lot of damage himself now, though. Barrier Idol going to be going off, and Ravener realizing quickly he needs to turn. So Team Excellent chasing them down now. Can they get any chase to happen? Lightning speed applied to Zephyr. Nice stun for Magnus right there. Ravener's caught out. He will fall. He has a token, but they are going to sit right on top of him. Ravener's in trouble. Ball Lightning stun. They're going to go for the turn. Here comes the root finally coming out. The tab is all about right after the run. He will get Skull King stopped, but 2 seconds were more than enough. Down goes Ravener, keeping the force by a buyback on a Wretched Hag. Sheep comes back and a big bat blast to take out 2. Engineer and Tempest will fall. Now they're looking to drop Zephyr. The Sheep stick coming out. Zephyr eating the Cyclones. Magnus down the middle field. We'll get him killed, but down goes the turkey. Zephyr will fall. Magnus going to sit in the steam bath. I don't think they have detection. He's going to portal key a Homecoming Stone, and that will be the end of that. But a huge buyback for Flensmeister. He ends up with a hat trick, and he will get them back into their base. But I think Excellent at least still should feel fairly good about that fight.
Yeah, they should feel pretty good. They got the... I mean, Hag probably didn't lose any gold because he got a lot of kills after buying back.
Yeah.
But I really like what Excellent is doing. They're just, like, going without them noticing. Oh, great stun here by Magnus. Another stun. No, he's not gonna fall. But they keep catching him off guard. They're doing that really well, and I really like that choice.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think the Barrier Idol was popped by Keeper in that whole fight. I'm not sure.
It was later on.
Also, when they chased them from the base into the jungle, like, Pew placed a ward right on the where support has his counter ward, and it just gave them vision for the team fight. It's just a really good ward. Even though it got countered right after the fight, it did its job.
Yeah.
Like, for the whole team fight, they saw them in the jungle, they saw them run in and out, but a good buyback from Flensmeister. And you have to keep in mind, Legion, they already used 3 buybacks on their most important heroes, pretty much.
Yeah.
If they force one more out of Hag and then kill him, that's a huge deal.
Yeah, I mean, you get him taken care of. That's definitely a shining hope here for Team Excellent as far as still definitely being in this and definitely the possibility of a comeback. So they clean up triple stack Ancients in the meantime. You do see Hag's farm actually jumping up a lot there. 2,500 gold saved up, so a possible sheep stick could be coming out for him as well. I wouldn't be surprised, and that would mean double sheep stick over here on the Legion side. And then that Restal Stone is now in the works here for a Keeper of the Forest on top of it all. So he's got the Arcana. Still a ways off. Will need a bit of farm. Might not have it before the next fight, depending on when that takes place, of course. But that could be sooner than later because Kongor should be resurrecting here in the next couple of minutes now. Zephyr, 2,500 gold. So, again, the idea if he's going for a Dawnbringer, has enough for at least another component, whether that's the Searing Light or the Frozen Light who wants to finish first. Here in this case, could you see what would you think would make more sense? The Frozen Light or the Frozen Light? Oh no, Frostburn, I guess. Frostburn or the Searing Light here? More life or just more farming to it?
I kind of feel like he is. I've noticed him use his Shrunken just like whenever he sees Ravenor or whenever he feels like the Bad Blood is gonna come out, he uses his Shrunken. So I wouldn't be surprised, and I actually feel like he should buy a Geometer's Bane, because he keeps using it just whenever he sees Hag go on him. Which means if they coordinate that and let's say you're the Legion team and they're talking right now, what they should be saying is, okay, like Flensmeister's gonna be like, okay, I go in and ulti and they bait the Shrunken out of Zephyr. And then, right as that happens, Keeper goes in with the Root, and he's basically going to make Zephyr uses for 4 complete seconds. Because he keeps using his Shrunken like that. I've seen it like 2 or 3 consecutive fights in a row now.
Yeah.
So he should pick up his Geometer's Bane to kind of prevent that. But we'll see what he does. He might save or go for a Dawnbringer.
Yeah, you are in that spot, obviously. Buyback is always... Okay, there you go.
Yes, +1.
There's the answer. Yep.
Good job.
Geometer's Bane coming out. And that kind of goes back to Master of Arms, though. You know, he actually has a Firebrand now, so he is also going to be assisting some good damage. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Geometer's Bane on him as well. Zephyr actually getting caught right here. Geometer's Bane was just delivered, though. He's actually going to use it to get rid of the taunt, or the haunt even. And he will be fine. So that got a little bit scary there for a second, but going to be fine in the long run. But speaking of fine on Master of Arms, I still think, there's some validity for ideally even going for that Nullfire Blade, but...
Perhaps later. He's definitely going to look to get the Shrunken as, Geometer's Bane. They're going to try and catch them off guard yet again.
Yeah, they want to fight them. Engineer on the front lines. Tempest doesn't have a portal key.
They should wait for the Courier.
The opportunity. Energizer coming out. There's a stunner from Magnus. Hits on a Ravener right there. Empath goes inside. Wretched jumping in. The Bat Blast hits several heroes, but Shrunken was up on a Zephyr. Energy field goes down, but Zephyr's turning around. He's not sure what to do here. No Typhoon is in use just yet. There goes the Typhoon. Burial comes out though. Root to lock him down, and he cannot get out of it. Geometer's Bane wasn't on cooldown just yet. Master of Farms trying to go for the TP. That's not going to happen. Zephyr goes down. Hatcher coming out from Provost, and I think that was a mistake from Team X.
Perhaps. They did it pretty poorly. I said it earlier, I like that they just try and catch him off guard. But this time, they didn't execute it pretty well. They had a Magnus on Ravenor, but before they followed it at all, he got his Shrunken off, and the whole Legion team was actually around, and Hag sitting on 6,000 gold.
Yeah.
Also, before they went, Tempest Bassett, he got his Shrunken delivered in the mid-fight, which is right before the fight. I was like, okay, they should wait for the Courier, but they just went anyways. So it looks like we're gonna go to a game 3 here, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah, no, kind of cool. No, that's great. That's great, Casey.
That's great. Okay.
Yeah, spectator, it's always fun. It's always fun to see. So yeah, game 3 is very likely. Obviously not happening officially just yet, but. I think Team X, if anything, they're maybe just talking it over here and realizing fairly quickly that, well, it is going to be moving on. Magnus gets jumped right there. Zephyr's still not even up yet. Yeah, again, it just won't matter, though. The 2 Red Center Racks already dead. They're not going to get the third one by any means, but Team Excellent is going to try to get some casualties here. In the end, Ravener goes back in, actually, so never mind. Down goes Magnus. Zephyr jumping back in. Ophelia's going to be locked in. Touch comes out, though. Wretched in the background. She doesn't have her Bat Blast just yet, but she's still doing plenty of damage. Magnus, a big eruption going off right here. Is it going to be enough for any kills? It will be enough for Ravener and Empath, it looks like. Keeper of the Forest also being chased down, and he will fall. So they do clean up 4 to the 5 heroes. Wretched the most important one. 7,700 gold saved up, by the way, on Wretched after all that fight.
That is kind of absurd.
That's a big number. Not often you see that.
Nope.
But, yeah, so Team Excellent, I think they might just be at a case of maybe let's just push here and hope for the best. But, yeah, it's clearly way too much has happened.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for them to throw the vote out there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they might be using this time to just talk about it, or maybe they feel like they do have a chance. Maybe someone made the call, let's just play it out.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. there's always a chance that you can win. The game's never over until your throne dies. So.
Well, for the longest time, I've always stated. I mean, if you have a Tempest, especially, it's never actually over. So, but you see there, Hag finds the level 15 engineer has a level 22 Hag and just annihilates him. Tries to get Magnus, but a little bit more difficult of a target to chase down. But some big item pickups. What did Hag end up buying, by the way?
Sheepstick. Straight up.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I thought she just had that already for some reason. But
I thought so too, but I had to double check.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Ice Brand on to Ravena right here. And we're in a spot, though, where, again, not really
it doesn't
matter too much as far as that's concerned. Keeper of the Forest. The Resto Stone obviously going to be coming out. Puzzle Box on Ophelia. Level 1 only, but still a very useful tool. So the items are outclassing Team Excellent quite a bit here at this point in game number 2 when it's all said and done. So we are approaching 36 minutes, and again, as you're stating, for Team Excellent, if anything, you know, they still know at least they got the next game to go look forward to. So give it one last stand here. See what you can make happen. Get a big Tempest ultimate, perhaps. You never know. He does have the portal key now, so only the one ultimate, of course, but has the great way to be able to get the jump. They see Keep the Forest Farm in the top or the bottom lane even. Yeah, they want to try to jump here, but
at this time they just have to go for some YOLO.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, then just sure.
Then just GG.
Move on. If it works, then hey, you still have a chance.
Yeah. Oh, they all fall back as it didn't find it right away, so I'm not going to give dnL the freedom to just jump them. So now kind of just going back and forth. They're slowly doing Congra now. I believe this one would be the third Congra kill. No, Engineer, ward of sight into the Congra pit right there. He's going to be chased back. Wall comes out. Is this the beginning? No, it's not. No, it's not. No fight just yet. So, and then while this is happening, of course, you look at the top lane as well as the middle lane even. A lot of push coming from the creep wave. That's just what happens when you have the racks being destroyed. I like the Ice Ogre as well. Armor being spread around. They will jump Engineer right here. Pew's going to be picked off right off the bat. So no energy field this fight. Locked in on the Magnus. No eruption either. And that's going to do it. Tempest, he ult's got canceled. GG, well played. So game number 2 will officially now go to dnL Esports. And that means they're going to be, moving to game number 3. So once again, pretty exciting stuff to see, especially for a round of 16 matchup. Not often we get at this point especially, but two great teams happen to be matched up here, and, well, it's showing. It's showing in the series. So game number 3, ladies and gentlemen, going to be coming up here. Kayser, any final words before we end the break here?
No, just as I said from the start, I felt like Legion had the better setup for the late game. And the game kind of dragged out and they started snowballing in the start. They had the better push.